John Oakes here with Hangster's Hot Rods here today in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. And today in our showroom we're going to go over this newest addition to our inventory, a 1969 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu. Now this car here, as you can see, done in the, it's a blue exterior. Now I want to call this out and say, you know, it's very close to what a Marina blue would be, but I'm not sure 100% exactly if that is the case. But it is along that shade of blue though, just to give you an idea. It does have the silver stripes up over the hood and on the rear deck lid as well. Now as far as bright work, I'm going to kind of lump these all in together just so you know that this is what it all has. You're going to have your front and rear chrome bumpers. You've got the bright here rocker moldings on this car. You also have all the bright, like the drip rail moldings here, chrome on the mirrors, and that is on both sides, driver and passenger side. And of course your chrome door handles here also. Not to mention some of your badges and your emblems on the car. But again, all of the bright work on this car is in very nice condition here. No pitting on the bumpers. Nice and straight drip rail moldings here. Same thing with those rocker moldings. Now as far as our wheels and tires go, we've got the factory steel painted rally wheels here. These are 15-inch wheels, both front and rear. And then you can also see it's got the beauty rings and the center caps. Now mounted on those wheels, obviously, we can see the BFGoodrich Radial TA tires. Those are 225/60 R15s on the front, 275/60 R15s out on the back. So a little bit of rake there through the tires gives it a nice stance, I think, on the car. And again, the tread on these tires is great. BFGoodrich Radial TAs, obviously, very popular tire with like the muscle car industry, the muscle car audience out there. So again, real good performing tire. Now as far as your body fitment here, you can see your gaps here on your door on the front side as well as the back side. Very uniform on this car, at least here on the driver's side. We'll check the other side out also. Now your elevations also, your front fender compared to your door and your door with your quarter panel, dead on this car. Of course you can see, not that there's particularly a body line on the car, but the rolled edge here, it lines up all the way from front to back, no issues there. Let's open up our door real quick here. We'll take a peek inside, and we're going to see that it does have an all black vinyl interior. So black seat upholstery there. You can see the bucket seats up front with the headrest, bench seat in the back. It does have the seat belts here, front and rear. Obviously you can see black carpeting, black headliner, the black dash. That is all factory dash, factory instrumentation with a few extras in there. It does have the column mount Tach on the steering column, and down below it does have the 3 gauges down below, and those are going to be your water temperature, oil pressure, and your voltmeter. Of course, you see the center console in there. That is a factory 4-speed center console in there, and that's going to go right along with that Muncie M21 manual transmission that's in there. Of course, you can see door panels too, all in great shape. As far as weather stripping and all the rubbers on the car, you can see our roof rail weather stripping here. No rips, no tears, no chunks whatsoever out of this. Looks really good. We've got our seals down the quarter windows here. Those are in great shape. Door jamb U seals down here in good condition too, as well as all the weather stripping on the doors and the little rubber bump stops also. We'll close this up. Now again, I already mentioned the drip rail moldings. One other thing I like to do is feel down through this rain gutter to make sure it's nice and smooth, and it is. The other thing is the glass on the car too. So our glass on the driver's side here, you can see it is a slightly tinted glass. No chips, no cracks whatsoever in either the door glass or in the quarter window glass. As we come back along the side towards the back now, you're going to see it does have the Malibu badging here on the quarter panels, both sides. Now around the back, you get to see that chrome rear bumper that we were talking about. No pitting there. We go up to the taillight lenses and the bezels here. You can see those are all in great shape too. The bright work, no pitting. Of course, they're painted black in there too to make them really stand out. And then of course your lenses No chips or cracks there either. Chevelle badging here on the trunk lid, and of course you can see all of your gaps on your deck lid there also, and you can see those silver stripes on the deck lid. Now the back glass in the car, again, tinted glass, no chips, no cracks in here, and you can see your bright work, the molding around that window in very good shape, nice and straight the whole way around. And again, there is no dents, no dings, or anything like that whatsoever. Now let's go ahead and open our trunk lid up here. That way we can take a look at the trunk floor pan and all the other stuff in here that we can look at. First off, the underside of the trunk, painted the same color as the exterior of the car. It's got the little rubber bump stops here on the trunk lid so that when you close it, those are going to sit down here and you know, seal everything up real good, along with your weather stripping here, which is in excellent condition also, cut and meets right together here in the center. Now the trunk itself, the pan, you can look at the floor in there. That is in excellent condition. All your drain plugs are all installed nice, no patching whatsoever. A little trunk mat in there too to help protect things also. Even your quarters on the inside are in excellent condition here too. Rain gutters here through the trunk area, those are all nice and smooth all the way around. So we'll close this up. That shuts nice and easy, and we'll follow around now to the other side. Again, you see the matching Malibu emblems here on this quarter panel as well. Nice straight body here all the way down the side. Again, you can see these drip rail moldings, those are in good shape. Again, your glass now on the passenger side, you can see no chips or cracks there either. All of your bright work, all these moldings, both rocker panel, door handles, moldings on the quarter window, strip rails and so forth, even your mirrors, that's all in great shape here. Glass in the mirrors is in great shape too. As far as our door gaps now on the passenger, or on the passenger side, you can see the back side, you can see the front side. Elevations on this again are lined up really nice. So all the panel fitment, that's been obviously looked over and adjusted to where everything is nicely finished up on the car. We'll open up the door from the passenger side, take a look now from this side. Again, just you're going to see all the same stuff here. It's just now you get to see it from both sides. Again, you're going to notice the seat upholstery. There's no rips or tears there. Carpeting, no rips, tears, or fading in the carpeting. Your dash pad itself, there's no cracks in the dash. Of course, you see that like the rosewood style steering wheel over there. Nice looking steering wheel. And you see the Hurst 4-speed shifter in there too, down at the center console. All of that, again, is in nice condition. And again, on this side, all of your rubbers, your roof rail moldings, your quarter window moldings or seals, those are all in great shape. Again, the door weather stripping, all intact, as well as the rubber bump stops for the door. And everything shuts real nice and easy and closes up nice and tight. As we come towards the front, you've got the fender mounted antenna. You've got badging here. This would have probably been the original badging for this car, the 307 emblems on the front fenders. That is not what's underneath the hood right now, but we're going to get to that here in just a minute. Now, as far as your front end goes, nicely chromed front bumper here. You've got the grille here all intact with the bow tie logo right there in the center. You've got your header panel here with the Chevelle script, Chevelle by Chevrolet here. Of course, you can see the steel hood. This is the steel SS style hood. All of your gaps and elevations on the hood are in good shape. Like I said, the silver stripes here, your grills back here, the bright work on those is in excellent condition. Of course, your windshield here too, no chips or cracks on it. And all of your bright work, all the molding all the way around is in good shape. So with the Chevelle, we're going to go ahead now and open this up so we can talk about what's in this for our engine. So let me find our hood pop. And there we go, we got that up. So obviously you just saw me work the hood latch. That works as it should. Your hood hinges and springs all functioning as they should, as it's holding up that hood all on its own. The underside of this hood, all painted up the same blue as the exterior. Looks really nice underneath here. Of course, all of your cowl vents Those are all installed back along there, so so you don't get any leaves or anything down in there, you know, whenever the time of the year comes for that. The engine compartment itself, all black as it should be, and now we'll go over what we got. So obviously, what we're looking at here is not a 307 motor. Instead, what we have here is a big block Chevy 454 cubic inch motor. Now this thing, it sounds so good, and you'll hear this a little later in the video here. But you can see it's got an Edelbrock 4-barrel carburetor along with the chrome air cleaner and the reusable style air filter element. It's got the aluminum valve covers that are engraved with the Chevy Power and the bow tie emblem on both sides. It's got a set of aluminum heads on it. It's got Edelbrock Performer RPM air gap intake on it as well. Aluminum water pump, polished aluminum pulleys, a chrome alternator, the chrome power steering reservoir, aluminum brackets. So they've really dressed this up quite a bit. It does have an HEI ignition in it, so that's a slight upgrade there. It's got MSD Street Fire wires on it too to help deliver the spark there. Get you a better spark with the HEI, better spark with the plug wires. Of course, a little better air fuel mixture there with your Edelbrock carb and your intake that's on there as well. You can also see down in there, we've got a set of hooker headers. These are long tube style headers. And then underneath, when we get there, big free-flowing exhaust pipes, dual exhaust all the way throughout the car, completely till the back end of the car, even the tailpipes. And it's got the Flowmaster mufflers on it. Good sounding engine and exhaust on this car. Now, as far as the rest of the stuff goes, we can talk about this a little bit. We've got the power steering, obviously. We've got power brakes. Now, this car has four-wheel disc brakes on it, so it's going to stop fantastic. And those are all drilled and slotted rotors. So again, you're going to have good performing brakes on this car, not to mention the fact that they're power. You've got the drilled slotted rotors. You've got up front here a nice aluminum radiator here to cool this big block. You've got dual electric fans on here as well. You've got an aluminum water gooseneck on there too for your radiator hose to be connected to as well. That's pretty much everything under the hood. Like I said, we'll fire this up here in a little bit after we go through the underside and let you hear it. But as far as the rest of this driveline goes, not only do you have the big block here, you've got that Muncie M21 4-speed manual transmission, and it has the bulletproof, blow-proof bell housing on it. So, I mean, virtually indestructible. And then finally, you've got the GM 12-bolt rear end in there. It is a POSI unit with the 373 gear ratio in it. So good gear for street and or performance on this car. So that's pretty much it for our Chevelle and our walk around here inside the car, the interior, under the hood, and in the trunk. So let's get this on our lift. We'll show you what the underside looks like. It's phenomenal too. And then, like I said, we'll fire this motor up, let you hear what that big block Chevy sounds like. All right, so here we are standing underneath our 1969 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu. We're going to go through this underside here, and as you can probably already tell, this thing's pretty spotless underneath here. But we're going to go through here and point out exactly what we got as far as our steering, suspension components, braking components, of course the whole drive line on the car, the exhaust system, wheels, tires, all that stuff, frame and floors, all the normal stuff that we do. So starting up front, of course, with our frame here, stock cross member, looks to be in real good shape on this car, nice and straight. As far as the rest of the suspension up here, we'll go through that right now. We've got the stock factory stamped steel A-arms, both top and bottoms here. Those are in great shape. We've also got a front sway bar here too to help this car with handling. Now the sway bar bushings at both the frame and at the sway bar end links are still all in really good condition on this car. Steering, it's a power steering car. All of our tie rods, ball joints, drag link, pitman arm, all of that stuff is in good shape here. The steering box itself, no leaks or drips there at the box or the pump at all. Then as far as braking, we've got 4-wheel disc brakes on this car. So that's real nice upgraded option on this car. And it's drilled slotted rotors on both the front and the rear. So they're going to stay cool and they're going to stop you very, very well with that type of a brake setup on it. As far as our drive line, since we're standing right here, we'll go through that. The engine in this car, it's a 454 big block Chevrolet engine. Not the original numbers match motor for this car, but you do have the power of a big block and the torque of a big block also. Now behind that, we've got a Muncie M21 4-speed manual transmission. That transmission has in front of it a blow-proof bell housing. This thing is going to be virtually indestructible for you, good and strong. As far as the cross member for the transmission, you can see that here, that's in great shape. The tail shaft mount also in really good condition there. Even back here at the output shaft seal, that is nice and dry too, where your slip yoke from your drive shaft slides in, nice and dry there. As we come back again, it is a balanced drive shaft. And then we've got a GM 12-bolt rear end. This is a POSI unit with a 373 gear, so good gear for it, good, strong, beefy rear end with the 12-bolt, and again, it is POSI. Now, wheels and tires on this car. As far as the wheels go, these are factory steel painted rally wheels with the center caps and the beauty rings all included with them. And then tires are all BFGoodrich Radial TA tires. Again, they are a very popular tire when it comes to, you know, the hot rod and the street rod and the muscle car industry. Good tread, they've got good performance out of them. You do have two 2560 R15s on the front and then two 7560 R15s out on the back of the car. Now, looking right over top here, you can see these big pipes here. This is your exhaust system, starting with the long tube headers here, coming into a nice set of big, beefy, free-flowing exhaust pipes here. You've got your crossover tube here, set of dual Flowmaster mufflers, and then equally as big and free-flowing pipes here as far as the tailpipes go, and those are up over top of the rear end, and then they exit out right underneath your rear bumper. Nice set of chrome slash cut, I want to see what name right there, pipes, exhaust tips. Everything's hung very well, nice and tight as you could get these big pipes to the bottom of this car. But as you can see, this exhaust system is in great condition. The frame and floors on this car, of course, your Chevelle full frame car. And you can see the frame down both sides, super straight down both sides. All of your rockers that we're looking at underneath here too, those are all in great shape, nice and straight. Pinch welds, nice and straight on this car as well. The floors, well, hopefully you can see in the camera, these floors are in great condition. I see no patching whatsoever, except for here right at the trans tunnel here where they installed this transmission here. But everything is cut nice and clean. You can see all your original factory stamping lines here in all of your floors. All of your bracing is all here too. So again, the floors on this thing are in great shape. All your brake lines and fuel lines, those are run nice and neatly here right through your frame rails on either side of the car. And then the rear suspension. You've got these UMI, these are tubular control arms. Now UMI, I believe it's the same company I'm thinking of. They're actually located locally in Pennsylvania, I believe up in Phillipsburg, PA. But these things are big, stout, tubular control arms. It's going to take a lot of the flex that you would have had maybe from your regular stamped steel control arms here. Take that out of the equation, make this nice and sturdy back here. But again, you've got those on both the lower control arms and your upper control arms, all tubular back here. So that's really about it as far as our 69 Chevelle Malibu goes from the underside. We'll go ahead next, lower this down. As always, we'll open the hood up next, and we'll go ahead and get this engine fired up, let you hear what that big block Chevy sounds like.